bro.
Yes. Patio PolitiCz, man. You're now rocking with J5TH live in the building. Man, I got somebody great and special this evening with us, man. We're going to have some great conversation. Ladies, get ready. You feel me? It's going down, man. But the topic today is going to be called Spokentry or Notice Me. I'm going to let y'all ponder on that. And then we're going to be right back at y'all in a second, man. Let's get it.
We hope you stay a while, 'cause it's right for life. Trying to be part of your life. We got whatever you like. Come on and just give us a try, yeah. 'Cause it's right for life. Trying to be part of your life. We got whatever you like, yeah. Come on and just give us a try, yeah. I said it's right for life. Come in with the shows that you like. We trying to be the best on the mic. DJ playing cuts that you like, yeah. It could be the start of your day, or maybe just the end of your night. But if you rock it with us, Patio PolitiCz is gonna do you right. Oh, 'cause it's right for life. Trying to be part of your life, yeah. We got whatever you like. Come on and just give us a try, yeah. 'Cause it's right for life. Trying to be part of your life. We got whatever you like. Come on and just give us a try, yeah. We hope you stay a while.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Thank you, Brother Said, man. Getting the ladies hot. Getting them hot and bothered. But without further ado, man, with great pleasure and blessings and peace and all that on top of it, man, I love to introduce my brother, man, from another mother, GODKing Kendon in the mofo, baby. What's going on?
What's happening though, man? What that shit do, man?
Hey, man.
Peace and love, man. My dog.
How you feeling?
Brother.
How you feeling, man?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. On a personal, I'm feeling good, man. Definitely. Weathering the storms.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now you heard the title, Spokentry. You know, I love to call what you do. People may call it poetry, they may call it spoken word, but what you do, man, is a combination of both. So that's why I call it Spokentry, because it's just that. So the title for today's shows is Spokentry or Notice Me. You gotta what does that say to you, man, when I say that title?
I love it, man. I love it. You said Spokentry or Notice Me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I love it, man.
So what does that mean to you when you hear it?
Okay, I'm gonna say the or. The or kind of throws me off a little bit, but I'm gonna say Spokentry and Notice Me.
Yeah.
Because through the Spokentry, it allows you to really notice me, not the exterior, but the interior.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that's how I twisted in the yes.
See, ladies? See? My great GODKing, man. So
It's
let's
an honor, man. It's an honor for sure.
Man, the honor is all mine, because this is gonna be the first of many. But let's dive right into it, man. We're gonna start from the origin of everything. Let everybody know where you from, just your origins, man. What side of that 110 you from, and all that.
Eastside of the 110,
Yeah.
109th place, in between Maine and Pedro, to be exact. You know what I mean? From the east side. You feel me? Definitely Imperial, baby, all around. From Avalon on over to Western. During the period of my time, we also moved over up in Westmont. So, you know, east side, but, you know, we got some west side too, man. So, yeah, man. But east side of the 110 for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, man, you're a creative, man, and I know you've been doing spoken word. Well, we're going to say poetry because we're going to start from the origin. When did you start doing poetry or writing?
Okay, man, like I be going in with people about this too. Like, realistically, it didn't start off with a pen for me. It started off with just the words and just the expression. When I was 6 years old, man, taking it back, man, I remember being up in the back room. My brothers, they was up in the other room, and my cousins and them, they were just up in there rapping, coming up with rap names and all of that. And they ended up coming up with a rap for me. And from there, man, that was my only rap, man. I held on to that rap and I added to it, actually.
Yeah.
And made it my own, like out of nowhere. You know, they like, oh, snap. Everybody around the house giving me my name. Everybody, they always call me Ken Dog coming up. So everybody around the name like, oh, Ken Dog. And then at all the birthday parties, they'd be like, oh, rap, say something. And I feel like just over time, man, like I just loved it so much to where up in 5th grade though, which I actually do have the writings, is when I actually did pick up my pen. And for me, it was just writing out my feelings. One of the instructors on the playground, man, Mr. Graves. Man, if I can see him to this day, man, he opened up some doors for me. But Mr. Graves, he told me one day, I was telling him about some of my dreams. And he was like, man, write them dreams down, write them dreams down.
Wow.
And that same book that I wrote them dreams down up in, the one dream I had total, it's the first book that I had ever wrote up in. And it was a book. And I remember one night, man, sitting up in my sister's room and up in that book. And I started writing to my siblings. I didn't know what I was going to say, but it was just a lot going on, and I just started writing to my siblings. And some of them I didn't even start writing, but I wrote their names.
Yeah.
And it was in paragraph form. Like, it wasn't no rhyming scheme to it or nothing like that. It was just me expressing what was within on the outside. And that was the first time I ever really done something like that outside of, like, school for an assignment or for work or anything like that. And 12 years old, though, it's when it really, really came down to, like, I was actually writing lyrics and poetry, and I got writing, from back then, man, on up until now. So, yeah, man, so it's been with me, but 12 years old consistently since then.
Wow, man. And that's the thing, man, like, so it kind of started off, your origin is kind of music-based first.
Yeah,
that
real.
kind of pulled you into that.
Yep. Because coming up, man, everybody's like, I thought you were going to be a rapper. I think you're going to be a rapper, like, and then, my views of it just opened up, and I feel like it was just a little too boxed in for where I wanted to take it.
Got you. Let me tell y'all something, man. If you see Ken Dog anywhere on your PlayStation if you ain't on this team, you better run, man. I'm telling you right now, man. So all y'all out there, man, that be on the PS, I was a victim of it. If you see Ken Dog on GTA or Red Dead Redemption, man, you better run, man. He's serious on there. He's not as polite as he sounds on here. You know what I'm saying? So
on the real.
So, man, how was you as a kid, man? Because I know, just knowing you and being your brother, you had the hair, man. Any light-skinned kid with long hair was bad as hell, okay? So was you one of them kids? Long hair, don't care, just running around crazy, man.
Oh, snap. Hey, it's like you lucky you got to show the picture, man, on this part.
Yeah. Picture on a bike, no shirt, long hair, man. Was you one of them kids, man, or was you chill?
Okay, I'm gonna say this, though. Like, I feel like, man, like even earlier then, man, I always been a good kid. I will say that. I truthfully, but I was curious, you know what I mean? And I did know a lot that I think it's a lot for a child to process. And a lot of things I did process as the adults process. I just took it for what I seen, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And having and being a baby. Like at the time I was in the household that I was in at the time, I was 5 years under everybody else over me. So it was a 5-year gap from the person that I was under. So I was pretty much the baby in the house. I had everybody up in the house, you know what I mean? So, I picked up a lot. So realistically, man, at home, man, I was curious. At school, moms, they never had no problems out of me. I did have few slip ups and whatnot, but a good kid though, man. And but on the outside with my friends, I was very curious, and I did what I wanted to do. I will say that I did what I wanted to do. If I wanted to do it, if I felt it was right, you feel me, I did it. If I felt it was wrong, I'll find a way to do it, sneak and do it, or what.
So tell me, being a youngest in that time frame, man, because you was born in the 90s as well.
Yeah, 93.
93, or 9 Trey, okay. So what was that like growing up in a household like that, man? Because I know the 90s was bananas in South Central, man. Just being young and in that age, yeah. Man,
so, just the stories, man, like, for what's been going on up in my family, man, it's been going on before me. Like, it's times that I can't even think of. I'm a baby up in the house, and they telling me stories about drive-bys on the front of the house when pops get shot up in the leg and all that, man. And,
wow.
Outside the front house, you know what I mean? So my house actually on 109th, at the time, man, it was definitely a busy street. When my siblings expressed it and everything too, man, they expressed it, a lot of kids on the block and everything, a lot going on. One more time to rephrase the question for me?
Nah, just what was it like, man, having like the siblings and just
being
a baby?
Man. So say that too, man. Definitely always somebody to follow behind and be around. Having older siblings, Man, it felt good. And at the same time, too, I was mama baby. So, you know, all the kids was older, you know, so this the baby right here. So I got a special treatment from them. I did get bullied, you feel me, by my brothers as a kid. They fucked me up. Fucked me up good, you feel me? And, you know, I'm light-skinned, you know what I mean? They didn't want me to be soft or nothing like that. So, bro used to have us boxing with the kids up and down the block, fighting with my cousins and them and my nephews. Definitely, man. Always had somebody to help me with my homework. Always had somebody to watch me. You know what I mean? Definitely, man. Yeah, some of a few. Yeah.
And see, I asked you that because, man, me being the oldest, I always wanted older siblings, man. So the fact I resent you for being a baby, man. Because when you the oldest, you got everything is on you. The guinea pig child, man. That's what I call the oldest. We the guinea pig child. We getting all the ass whoopings. We running away. We the runaways. We get all the shit that the parents don't really know how to do as far as parenting.
Right.
And the youngest always get the rejuvenated parents or the I change. I
agree.
Yeah.
I agree for sure. But I will say this though, Trooper. You know, as being the head of that, you know what I mean? You got the troops because the siblings now, you being the head of the siblings.
Yeah.
You know, this your pack now. You feel me? Like we listen to the parents, yeah. But when we up in that room by ourselves, who we listening to? Big bro?
Yeah, exactly. Well, see, man, my siblings used to tell on me, so if I'm whooping ass and choking, they telling on me, man. Their moms is on my head.
It was none of that. We had a code in that room. If somebody stand by the door as soon as tears fall, you gonna tell them, fuck you up.
See,
Uncle used to have to come and discipline, man.
Yeah. See, that's cool. Now, as far as like even with your siblings, did they support you as far as when you was making that transition going into 12 years old with the writing, when you say you wrote them all at like the paragraph form, like did you have a certain particular sibling or siblings that took notice to that, like, okay, man, he got something, like he gonna, you know, this is his niche, this is what he gonna, or it was just kind of one of them things like Kendon in there writing or Kendog in there writing?
Yeah, so at that time it was regular because I was doing it so much and everybody knew that this was my hobby. Like it was so regular. Like, oh, he just doing this. He around the house doing that. Oh, that's just what he do.
Long as you ain't in the way.
Long as I ain't in the way. That's what he doing. Keith though, my one of my brothers though. Like, man, like I would look forward, man, to any rap. I just write it. As soon as he come in, bro coming home from the streets. Hey, bro, come check this out. Like I say his name up in a couple of songs. He's like, yeah, bro, that's hard, bro. And he used to be telling me stories like, yeah, man, I'm gonna be your manager. I had an AK-47 tied around my neck, man. I'm just gonna be your manager, man. Yeah. And you gonna do your thing. You gonna be straight. And like, yeah. So I definitely did have people who paid attention and listened, but it wasn't no push like, oh, you should do this with your life. It was just more so, okay, that's what he doing. Yeah. So I was feeding myself to do it, you know what I mean? Because wasn't nobody else picking up the pen in the house. Yeah. And when my brothers and them was rapping and stuff, they was doing it more so for fun. You know, it was just fun to them. But for me, I'm like, okay, nah, I really, it's something with me. Yeah.
So when did you do your actual first piece, or what was your first performance? Take me back to that, the age and where you was. And
okay, in front of people, or like something that I actually put on wax, like put on tape or something.
Let's do on wax first, when you actually record it, and then people.
Man, okay, I ain't gonna say too much, but a computer ended up coming into my possession, man. Grace of the Most High, man. Computer ended up coming to my possession.
Just landed on you.
Yeah, it landed on me, man. I was 14. I was just 14. Yep. And it was a project, man. It was called Dumb on My Homework. Stupid on My Math, man. 8th grade. It was a song, man. I had this beat that I forgot what I found it on. And the song, man, Dumb on My Homework, Stupid on My Math. I just kept on playing with those lyrics, man. I'm like, man, I never actually, I got all these songs written, but I actually never recorded something. Yeah. And but I went to the computer, man, and actually, hold on, I'm taking back, man.
Yeah, take us back.
Man, no, look, man, my big cousin Sean, she was in the music, and she had this placement up in Hollywood, and she had her own little studio set up. She had the I don't know what it was, what program we was using on the computer, but it was the big computer. You feel me, with the brain up on it. Yeah. She had the the wire hangers when she had the stocking cap
over the wire hanger,
to make a pop filter,
for the spitting,
for the spitting. And one day she was like she always knew I rap. Like she used to always let her keep me with her, man, always. I was down to earth kid. She's like, Kenny, he just ain't no kid. Like he a kid, but he not a kid. Like he keep me with you. He like adult in the room. Yeah. And so she just keep me with her, and then like I just got to rapping. I'm over there being at her house one day. She's like, you can rap? And man, she put me on that mic. And now when I got on the mic at the time, the lyrics that I was spitting, they wasn't mine. They was Lil Turk. They was Lil Turk lyrics, right?
Hey, for y'all don't know who Lil Turk is, man, shout out to Cash Money. You know what I'm saying? You gotta really be a hot boy fan to know who the legend Lil Turk is, man. Real talk.
Mind you, man, I'm like 8, 9 years old, man. I'm my cousin, man. Like listening to Lil Turk, man. Only lyrics I can find was like Lil Turk. And and I laid that, man. That was my first time. But like really officially though, by myself, man, was the dumb on my homework, stupid on my math, and I did that all by myself.
Wow. So did you record it by yourself, or did
Yeah, I recorded it by myself, man, just talking over the mic. Yeah. And I had the headphones in on my ear, man, and just talking over to the built-in microphone up on the laptop. And I had put my song on MySpace. At the time, your song was able to go on MySpace.
Shout out to Tom, man. Everybody know MySpace, know who Tom is. Bastard.
On the real. Yeah, so that's what it was at the time. Yup.
Damn. So would you say like the whole through lyricism that's been a part of your primary source of self-expression?
Yeah. At the time, I didn't know, but looking back over it, that right there allowed me to be cultivated in a way that I may not even be able to express it in its entirety right now and at this moment, but I know that it allowed me to be open in ways that I wouldn't have been open without it.
Okay. So we went from 12 to that. After the joint you recorded, what was life like then? Because I'm pretty sure you was 14 when you did that, you said?
Yep.
So take me through the whole teens. Was you still on the 9? Or was you on Westmount?
Yeah, we was on 11. We was on 11.
Okay, so
okay. We was on 11 and stuff, but there was some things happening at home. And I was with moms most of the time, so we wasn't at the house on 11. We moved away. There was some things going on at home, so we had to move away for sure.
Okay, now what was your whole teens like, being from South Central and everything?
You said my teens?
Yeah, as a teenager. Yeah.
So I got my selective group. Realistically, me and my brothers, Papa Tillman, Clinton Randolph, Kyra, man, JR, them are my childhood friends, man, from elementary school on up. Don't get me wrong, it's a lot of people that, I done came up with that I done grown with, you feel me, over the time. But these are individuals who I've slept in their mother's houses.
Yes.
I've been there when they wasn't there before. You know what I mean? I spent my 10 years there. So you sneak over there. Mama ain't know where I'm at. You know what I mean? I'm over here. So that was like my dominant team. And mind you though, we was different places, in different parts of our lives, you feel me? But we always been connected no matter what.
Wow. And that says a lot, man. So shout out to the comrades for that, because you said since when you was a little boy.
Like, man, for Papa, man, for one, that's 4 years old, man. We got a daycare.
Look at that, y'all. 4 years old to now, daycare, presently man. Speaking.
For real, daycare. Man. And Clinton, man, kindergarten. So, yeah, and we all connected. We all connected for sure. All grew up together for sure.
And still to this day, riding like brothers.
Man, still to this day. We doing our thing. Everybody grown and adult, man. But we brothers, man, for sure. Ain't nothing different.
Yeah, man, that says a lot, because you got a lot of friendships, man, that don't last that long. Man. You talking about 20 plus years of being ride or die brothers. Yep. Mothers know each other. You done been over there without them, and y'all still riding, man. And you didn't have to deal with them being on no snake shit or you being through snake shit. And did y'all go to different high schools too?
We all went to different schools, man.
Oh yeah, see?
So it was real with us, Yeah, it was outside of school. We on, you feel me?
Yeah.
Weekends, early weekends and after school, you feel me? Nobody stayed after, we on.
Now let's get into we're gonna go back to the teens. Talk to me about like about the gang shit now.
Yeah.
Just from your generation.
Yeah.
Talking about the 2000s, all that, like how did
oh man, for me, so I coming home from school, it was been going on before me. So really my take on it, man, it was like on some kind of follow the leader in a way, but at the same time, let me do what I feel I'm supposed to be doing.
Exactly.
During my adolescent years, man, I come from a household, man, I'm my brother's keeper. You feel me? You fall, I got you. My big brother, man, he got killed. And you know, for us, that was our Superman. That was our superhero. That was everything to us. And coming up, we come from you know, violent ideologies, I will say. I have a very caring mother. My mama don't play that. She never wanted her kids to be involved with none of that. You know what I mean? Mama, she ain't had no knowledge of nothing at all. But being realistic, man, there was a lot of hurt, a lot of vengeance up in my heart. When I was able to move around on my own, I definitely did acquaint with who I know my brother was acquainted with. And participating in gang activities, man, full-fledged. But at the same time, as I've always been an individual, it was never really me. That was never me, man. I always been interested up in school, stepping out of high school and stuff. I knew that I wanted to further my knowledge. I didn't know what I wanted to do exactly, but I knew that this wasn't it. Because, man, just growing up and, man, just seeing the tears on my mama, like, walking in the room and just hearing her cry. She telling me, like, oh, ain't nothing wrong, but me being on the other side of that wall and just hearing her talking about Steve. Or just hearing her talking about Keith. Because even just to go back up in that, my big brother, he died when I was 12. And 16 months later, Keith, went to my other brother ended up going to jail. And gang violence, Keith ended up going back, retaliating. You know, and then at the time, looking at it like that, I knew what bro was doing. Like, we come home and I knew what was up. I knew what was, you know, where he just came from. And they'd be like, nah, this is it. It's going to stop with us. But in my heart, I'm like, yeah, no, it ain't. Like, no, it ain't. Like, I done had nobody with me. Like, it was Keith and VJ during their time. During my time, I done had nobody with me, but who my big brother was running with, and
which was your big brother homie,
who my big brother put on, and who my big brother, you know,
took under his wing.
Who was his best friend. Him, his little homie, and a couple of my other comrades, and it's on bullshit. It's on bullshit. You know what it was. You feel me?
Yeah. Now what was that like, man, though, being 12? Because a lot of people experience family deaths 12 and younger. But how did you feel? Did you understand what was going on, or was it like
nah? Because my play came adolescent years. You know what I mean? Like I was old enough to be sneakier. You know what I mean? Enough to know how to move around. You know what I mean? Being honest, being completely honest.
Yeah. And your brother homeboy, was he on the same bullshit with you? Like, man, I'm gonna take you under my wing, I'm gonna basically not replace Steve, but this is what Steve would want me to do. So let me take you under. We gonna be on the bullshit together.
Nah, man. I was you gonna bang for your brother.
So now you banging with a whole different purpose.
You're right, and it's all and to be honest, like, it's always being that, like, cause gang banging, like, we never looked at it like, oh, this is what's going on, oh, we want to do this. No, like, when I came home, the people who I looked up to, like 8, 9 years old, it was, I ain't gonna say no name, but it was my brother comrades up in the room. You know what I mean? You feel me? They was up in the room, up on the top bunk. I'm waking up, sleep out my eyes. What's up, Ken dog? Wake up, nigga. You feel me?
Like
all that. I come up in the backyard. I see a couple of groups up in the backyard. Mama yelling, oh, y'all better get out of my backyard right now. Ain't no hanging out. This ain't about to be going on like the last house. Like,
somebody about to get put on in the backyard.
Man, squabbles on the side of the house. Like, all that. So I'm just saying that to say, like, it was never really like a glorified, but it's like, man, these my brothers right here.
Real talk.
And I lose it. Man, I crash for you. And even stepping into my adolescent years, like, I didn't get sucked into a lot of things that a lot of individuals do get sucked into, because it was always family. Everybody's like, it's family. I mean, I know your mama, man. I know you when you was born, man. Like,
exactly.
Like, it's that, you know what I mean? And then when it came down to the playing the field thing, then nobody had to ask me to do it. It was always it was on my own, because it was like, okay, I know you hurt. Like, now I want to help you. I want to be with you now.
Exactly.
And that was a fucked up cycle, man, because here it is, my other brother just now left behind this dumb shit. And it's
another one down.
Another one down, and another one trying to be on his way. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And just saying that to say, man, though I was participating, it was a tug of war for me. Because I knew what I wasn't supposed to be doing, but I accepted it. Like, I accepted that. Like, okay, like, fuck it. Like, this is what it is. And I would say, man, when purpose became, I would say once I became aware of what I'm able to give to people. And I don't know entirely exactly what that was at the time, but I knew that I can make some type of difference. It just led me to want to fill myself up in different ways to where now I know I'm doing this, but I don't want to hurt mama. I know I don't want to put mama the same thing that my brothers put her through.
Yeah.
And I know that. Like, it'd be silly for me to see all of this and do that.
Yeah.
And, you know, I care too much. And then here it is. I got a little bro, and I'm getting involved in different things at school. Yeah, man. Yeah.
And Big Bro Steve was born what year? If you
77.
77. Now, those of y'all that don't know, man, them 70s babies, when they was banging in the 90s though, it was just next level stuff, man. And I don't think people understand the 80s was cool, but all the gunplay, drug dealing, and really proving yourself, all that shit came in the 90s. Yep. So you talking about the people that's his Big Bro Steve age, y'all. He's coming out of the whole NWA shit. You know what I'm saying? That was 80s where they was
Jerry Curls.
Yeah, Jerry Curls. And then when niggas start getting braids, when y'all see movies like Menace to Society and Boys in the Hood, that was our generation of 90s gangbangers that you had an old dog in your family, you had a doughboy in your family, you had a little Chris in a wheelchair, you had all these dudes, and if you're in a house and around that shit, you admired that, you loved that, you know what I'm saying? They wasn't playing sports. They could play sports,
right?
But they was into that gang bang life. So
real stuff.
So it was
hit up and hang. Bus.
Yep.
Hit up. Hang out.
and hang out. It was real. You talking about the graffiti stuff was real. Those that know the slots and swap meet, it was real in that parking lot. You know what I'm saying? Those that know the Crenshaw Mall, if you wasn't from that side and you got caught slipping, they didn't care if you was with your moms, your sisters, your family. They own you, walking you to your car, banging and ready for the action.
Bro got caught up at a funeral a couple times, man. Like.
See? So the shit that y'all seeing, like 80s is more like the movie Colors, those that are familiar with Colors. Man. But the 90s is all Menace to Society, South Central, Boys in the Hood. That's how it really was, man. So if you was from South Central, this is a type of shit we had to grow up and see.
You know, so crazy thing you saying that, like, and register the time period that bro came from, like, you know, that's what was going on.
Yeah. And
his funeral actually was like a 90s movie funeral, because they ended up shooting that bro funeral.
What?
Yeah.
See?
And shooting that bro funeral, yeah.
And then just being 12 years old, man, dealing with that. Of course you was there when they shot up the funeral. Just what was that like, man? Just being, because that's still baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Like being realistic, like emotionally, I remember that moment, man. We was up there at the living room. All I remember is everybody coming to, like, everybody get down. It was already a lot of commotion up in the church. I'm seeing guns up in pockets. You know what I mean? I'm seeing people outside, my brothers and them outside, and all I'm hearing, everybody get down. They shooting. But mom, she had asked the police to be a part of the funeral.
The funeral, yes.
Because she already knew that, you know, because my brother, his name was, you know, it was a big name, and there was some threats that was coming in even after bro death. So moms was precautious. She didn't know the extent of how things was going to be. So she asked the police to be a part of the funeral. And during the funeral, ended up shooting up in there. And at the time, I knew they was shooting. I got down, but I wasn't scared.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't no anxiousness going on up in my heart. I got down. Like, I knew it was gonna be okay. You know what I mean? Like, it was like, oh, they shooting. You know, like kind of like numb to it in a way. You know?
Yeah.
Being realistic. But I remember like seeing my nephew next to me, like freaking out, like, oh, they shooting. Like, oh, they shooting. And like, damn, I'm thinking back on this time, like I was still so casual about it. Like just remembering the feeling in my heart, man. Like that's crazy, but that's not okay though, man, for a youth, man, coming from where we come from, man.
Yeah, real talk. We're gonna take a quick break, man, and we're gonna come back, because I hope y'all paying attention to this, man. This might be a breakthrough EP we see. You know what I'm saying? For sure. But we're gonna be right back with the great GODKing Kendon. Y'all just seeing the little gems and shit like that. That's why the God is before God, his name King Kendon. So y'all gonna see in a second, man. We're gonna be right back at y'all.
Every day waking up, pounds distract my melon. Sleepless nights with thoughts from hell to heaven. My lady be policing and treating me like a felon. nagging and complaining when I'm trying to just give you heaven. Laying in your arms, but I never feel protected. Giving you my heart and my all, but you neglect it. It's me against the world, but you be playing your part in it. See, my hands are up, but who are you really targeting?
You trust me? Come here. I want to help you ease your anxiety if you allow me to. I think it's magical how kisses slow down time. I can make your spirit move at the pace of the earth when your lips meet mine. Life is so much better when you slow down. We're so in a rush just to go nowhere when the best place to be is right here. Making a positive out of all the negatives. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'ma tell the world. Yeah.
You make me feel like you're the one for me. So I close you up just for the world to see. Yeah. Baby, you got the crown. You hold it down. You love it when I pound. Hashtag pound. You're my hashtag pound. Yeah.
Loving you to perfection. Damn, you right, you perfected. Silly of me to neglect it. That will make life so hectic. Who am I to question? His work of art they abandoned. He GPS'd you right here. You in the right direction. I'm in your midsection. Look deep within
My soldier.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, man. We back and we live, man. Just continuing on, man. So the whole let's get back into the whole banging aspect, man. I wanna highlight that coming into this next segment, because again, it's that Spokentry and notice me, man. Like basically you're gonna feel my presence either way.
Right.
Whether it's in the street life or it's through spoken word, recording.
That's
You're
exactly
gonna feel
what it
me
is.
either way.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? So I noticed it was one thing you said, man, just about how, you know, your purpose for banging was for your brother, which to me is a deeper purpose. When you got a lot of cats like myself, I wanted to be associated with it so I won't get picked on, or because, man, these niggas on the other side keep
Right.
harassing me.
Right.
So let me get with some cats that you know what I'm saying?
Real
that
stuff.
I like. And then just being my family is Crips too.
Right.
This is what I need to be.
Exactly.
So you automatically love blue. You come out the womb Crip walking. You know what I'm saying?
It's my culture.
It's a culture. It's really family ties. You feel what I'm saying? So how like, because I see the whole thing with if we equate Steve, if we talk about superhero shit, right? Equating Steve, because a lot of people knew him. He had a presence in South Central.
Yeah.
So equating him to Batman,
Yeah.
and you was like Robin, Nightwing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
when he became Nightwing. So talk about that whole transaction. Like when did you like start saying, all right, man, I'm getting too wild out here. Let me just you know what I'm saying?
Okay, during college times, I was still 1 foot in a little bit.
What was that like? And where did you go to? Where was you going to college at?
I was going to Northridge. I was going to Northridge at the time. It was like, and mind you, I ain't never told nobody this. You feel me? I know my brothers know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, who was with me and everything. But
Yeah.
there was an incident. I would come back to this one incident because you know it's a lot of bullshit going on, man.
Yeah.
But like not like too crazy, because it's not like I'm just so it's a bloodthirsty, you know what I mean, guy or nothing like that. You feel me? But you know it's on. You feel me? It's on out here, and I'm on with them too. You know.
Yeah.
But coming back from Northridge, I think it was like it wasn't even break time. I had went home, man. I wasn't even spending the night on the 11 at the time.
Yeah.
I was just out with my comrade, man, for a couple nights on the weekend, man. And we was hanging out, man. It was like around Deuce Day, you feel me? It was like sometime up in November, and it was a shootout, man, like right behind us as we sitting up in the car, and it was a couple of dudes shot back. It was like real brief. I'm gonna say probably lasted like 20 seconds. You know what I mean? Something like that, like real quick LA shootout. And but at the time though, man, I had finals coming up and everything, and I'm just sitting right there thinking, I'm like, damn, man. But that wasn't my last time. But at that time though, I'm like, man, this shit is crazy. Like, this shit is hypocritical, because everything that I'm learning, because mind you, my first 4 months in college did not compare to my 4 years of high school, because the information that I was retaining, it definitely introduced me to a greater part of myself. You know, just learning about my Black history and everything, just my whole identity process. I feel like I was stepping into a whole nother identity. You know what I mean? Because I felt like I wasn't only where I came from.
Gotcha.
Feel me? I'm so much more than this, you know. Me dipping and dabbing up in the streets and shit like that, I just started looking at small situations different. The things that's coming out of my comrade's mouth, like I'm like, yeah, man, like man, I hear you, man. Like I hear you, man, but I know that ain't your truth.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like I know more than even you know right now. Yeah. And I feel like it was just different things coming to me just to let me know my power in the room is needed for much more than what it's being utilized for. And I got my wrist slapped a couple of times, man. Definitely, man. A couple of police scares. Definitely, to where it's like, how the fuck did you get out of this situation? To where I walked away, not even up in questioning, not even up in nothing at all. To where I knew that was God's way of telling me, man, like, okay,
slow down.
Yeah. You playing games. You gonna play with your life here. You know what you gonna get.
Damn.
Either one or two things, dead or in jail. Cause if you gonna do it, you gonna do it. You gonna go all the way with it. Ain't no in between. It's not. And yeah, how can I be doing that and then be preaching this? You know what I mean? It's contradicting.
So real quick, I'm just, you seen Don't Be a Menace, right?
Yeah.
So are we Trey, Loke Dog, or Malik? Now Malik is one who went to college. But remember how happy they was when Malik was giving me to go to college.
Okay.
So which one are you?
Okay, look, I'm gonna say 3 and 1.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 3 and 1, man. I'm gonna come back. I'm trying to get Loke Dog out the hood.
Yeah.
You feel me? But if it's a situation to where everybody is on some, okay, nah, man, Loke Dog need to step up in his room. Like I know when the power is needed, you know. And Malik, man, but definitely, man, Malik, man. I'm Malik who made it. I'm Malik who made it up the steps, man, and made it home to talk about
it in the building.
Yeah.
All right, now serious movie shit. Now, Menace to Society. You came,
favorite.
You old dog, or you know one of the other ones, the other homies. You MCA.
Okay, man, real realistic, man. Now, man, I'm Sharif. You feel me?
Yeah, that's how I'm Sharif. Can't forget Sharif.
I could be some of Sharif, man. Man, and Kane, man. Some of Sharif and Kane, man, for sure, man. Yeah. With some old dog activities a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. I was gonna say I see all three, man, because I know you cut that light on.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And at the same time, you can be balanced kind of how
in my heart.
Kane.
In my heart.
But that Sharif is like, because they said, you know, when we young, man, when I watched it, I didn't know Sharif was a knucklehead. I didn't know his backstory.
Right.
But they said he was old dog before dog. Right, he turned into that.
So let's separate mind, body, soul. Okay.
Exactly.
Feel me? I will be Kane, mind. Maybe old dog in the mind. Kane in the soul, man, and Sharif, man, in the body, man.
Yeah. Okay. Now, next one. You Juice. You Raheem, you Bishop, you know what I'm saying? You Still, or you Q.
I'm Q. I'm Q, man, cause that awareness.
Yeah.
Cause I do feel like, man, at an early age, man, I definitely being able to analyze the room and scan the room.
Yeah.
Like, okay, he for real.
Yeah.
Okay, he really You know what I mean? I feel like he was very observant. He was able to know what was going on. More than the physical activities that was taking place.
Exactly. I ain't gonna lie, yo. I'm Raheem, man. That's why I think I'm a mortar. I'm Raheem. Raheem got his ass shot. It messed my movie up as a head. I mean, messed my head up. You know, watching it as a child, man. So now let me ask you, going to see some, man. Now we I know them Cal States, man. I know how to get down. Man. I remember me and a few of my comrades, you know, me having a lot of comrades that are on a red team, and me being a part of the Lokes. You know what I'm saying? I remember we went to Cal State, Bakersfield, to visit my homeboy AJ. Shout out to Al Beasy. You know, he was in college doing the Malik shit. So we went out there, man. We was with the extras. You know, one of my comrades.
That's how the homie looked at me.
He had red rags around. He was on some Cash Money shit. Remember how they used to have the rags around the wrist, they ankle? He was on that out there in Cal State Bakersfield. He was with all the bull. He was ready for one of them college dudes to say something. Was you going to see something like that, man?
Hell no, man. For one, man, I've never been an extra out dude. And to be honest, man, like some people probably wouldn't even know this part, man, unless it was they really was really in my household. It was really amongst me and my brothers, man, or know me personally, man, for real. Because like we never been loud, you know what I mean? We was taught never be loud. Like it ain't what color you wear, it's what you bang. You know what I mean? Like you know what it is, but you got to know what it is in your heart. This ain't for the outside. This ain't for nobody. This shit ain't to be seen at all. You know what I mean? It's all action involved.
And do you think the bangers now overstand that mantra or that what you just said?
Not at all, man. Because I feel like because everybody have different introductions to it. You know what I mean? Just like you said, like some people they came up with it, they came up on it, and they seen people who was doing that, and they was people who was getting money, who was getting all the girls. So the way that they glorify gangbanging was so much more different than how it appeared up in my eyes. You know what I mean? Like my mind, I was on some vengeance shit. You know what I mean? So I know that I got to be low key. You know what I mean? Can't nobody know about this right here. You know what I mean?
Real talk.
So
real talk.
You know, for other people introductions, you know, they wanted it. Like man, like I'm that one. And don't get me wrong, like I don't take away from it at all because we are a cultural people. We are a tribal people. You feel me? Up in Africa, you know what I mean? You got your tribes wherever you come from. You represent it. You feel me? Where you come from. It make us feel proud for a sense of belonging. You know what I mean? But definitely, man, it's taken out of context, man. Overboard, internet gangbanging. You know, all that. And me saying that, it's not saying that to glorify it, but it's saying it for what it really is, from what it's been from and for what it came from. You feel me?
Now, when did you have that pivotal point, man, in your life where it was a real big tug of war? Because I know even with the college, like when were those when you were starting to really find yourself and who Kendon is, that it started being like the challenges start as just being a man and everything? Like did that start hitting you then?
You know, like the responsibilities really came, like cause I always as a kid, my first time ever really getting in trouble, man, with the police, ever up in my life, really, man, just came from hustling. Trying to hustle on my own. Man, so like that was always it. So like I always had a little something just to keep myself going. I always had a roof over my head taken care of. So you know, money, it you know, we didn't have much, but it didn't feel like it. You know what I mean? But saying that to say that when I got older and having to fend for myself and had to take care of my bills, and you know, you got to sit right here and do what you got to do. It's broke myself down to some real evaluation, man. This is what I'm gonna do with my life. School. I didn't know exactly what I was doing with school, so I knew that I wanted to get some more information. I knew that I was seeking knowledge. Like I got to a point, man, to where I skipped class and I just go to the library. Skip class and just go to the library and read. Like I'm getting out of this class just to go do what I was about to do up in this class, but it's because I didn't want to learn what they was about to teach me up in here. I wanted to go get the information that I wanted. You know?
Exactly. Still feed yourself.
Still feed myself. And just feeding myself, and it just really, like, I feel like a lot of my alone time, it allowed me to look at myself like, man, like, yeah, I am this person. I have done this and done that, but that's not me. That's not really me. I feel like I don't really know exactly what that look like, but I know that this is not it.
This ain't it.
And I can't keep dancing right here. You know what I mean? Like, it feels right, but like I know it's something else, you know, because at the time you don't know what's going on. You just processing these feelings, and I didn't know what was going on at the time, but it really didn't, man, spike for me and spin for me, man, until I stepped on set, man, and acting, man. I stepped on set acting, man. I had
But don't even talk about that yet. Just say that.
Yeah,
say that.
I ain't even gonna get on that. Like actually a little bit before then. I had got into my relationship. And in my mind, man, and that relationship is gonna be the one for me.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
it's like, if I never had nothing I never had before, let me do something I never done before. And
Real talk.
you know, and I didn't have those talks with like, oh, if you really love me and care about me, how can you say this and then you do this? And you know, I didn't had some of those talks in my life to where when I was stepping into the situation, okay, what type of man do I really want to be for my family?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Real talk. Now rewind me back now to the whole college thing, because a lot of people don't understand, man. Like being that, like, we from the soil and not the mud, man. And shit. Did moms or pops go with you to check you in, enroll you, walk you through the college course, like do that? Like, because I know with my experience going to college, I went with moms, but because she's only maybe 1 semester, 2 semesters in, or a year in college, we was there, but she didn't know what to look for, what to do. So it's kind of like me there doing it by myself.
Yeah.
Is that what it was with you? How did did you have a scholarship? Like, what was the whole?
Everything was by myself.
Wow.
So here it is, mind you, man. I got siblings, man. That's a decade over, almost a decade over me.
Yeah.
Parents. Nobody stepped foot on a college campus. Nobody could walk me through the college process. I did have cousins who did go to a university. 2 of my female cousins, actually a couple of years before me, had just stepped into a university. So they was able to give me a little couple of game. But mind you, like, we didn't grow up close, So
yeah, and then you talking about Cal State versus a uni.
So, man, just for college, period, I didn't have nobody, man. So my aunties actually, man, helped me fill out the FAFSA and all of that. Moms didn't know what was FAFSA. Up. Man, like nobody knew what was up, man. Like,
we ain't gonna talk too much about that while I'm on camera, man. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
On the real. And but my great friend though, man, MX.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for MX, I don't know, man, if I really would have even stepped foot on college.
Shout out to MX, man.
Stepped on college campus because I knew I wanted to do something. I'm like, man, I don't know. Like, that wasn't it. But she helped me pull a plug on my decision to go to college. For sure, man. And it was just me. And to answer your question, so moms ended up taking me to the dorms and everything. She just took me to the dorms, man, because I ended up getting an apartment. I'm like, I'm about to get out of here. I'm about to get the whole experience, man. So I ended up getting a couple of loans. You feel me, doing a little hustle on the side, man. Got the apartments, and I was doing my thing, and mom's dropped me off, man, and that was it. Everything that was going on, like, did nobody know what was up at school, just based off of, they only knew based off of what I was telling them.
Exactly. So let me ask you even about because you say you got the whole apartment thing. Let me ask you this about the dorms, because my brother AJ told me, man, he went in there punking niggas, and on some like, hey, man, this my bunk, you sleep right there. You know what I'm saying? If you would have gotten the dorm, man, would you have went in on some, hey, cuz, move, like, man, I had sleep right there type shit.
And I had a situation, man. Man, I got so anxious, like I felt like the Hawk in the room, man. Like, it's all jittery because I couldn't respond the way that my heart responded.
Yeah.
But long story short, though, man, living with roommates, man, it can definitely be tricky because you got people coming from different walks of life that's coming on this college campus. Like I had I think my first roommates, man, it was from up north. Yeah, it was from like another state, man. One of them was from the dude I shared a room with, man. He actually, man, he was from down the street, man, from where I spent some of my childhood, man. So
so he was on the other side of the 110.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. That's crazy, man. So what was it that I ain't gonna say drew you out of college, but where you was like, nah, I want to finish, but nah, like, let me. You know what I'm saying?
So,
because we always get to that mark, that line, and then it gets harder,
right?
But then we just be like, fuck it, man. I only got 2 classes left. Fuck that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What pulled you away completely from it?
Because realistically, when I was there, I didn't know exactly what I was going after. I did have my set majors because I know what field or what type of information I wanted to retain, but I didn't know what I wanted to do with it, like my destination. So pulling the plug, man, it led me to financial aid getting pulled. If my financial aid didn't get pulled, I probably would have spent a little more time up in there. Maybe time I didn't need to spend, in all honesty, because though the financial aid was pulled, I could have kept going. But it was just another reason. It was just confirmation for me to, was like, this really ain't it for me. Like I really ain't feeling it because I was going to see son first, and then I got stopped out because I didn't pass my math or nothing like that. And I had went to Southwest JC and got my credits up. You feel me? Ended up passing my math, and I was able to go back. And my time back, man, is when I was really. That's when I was going to the library. Like I'm like, okay,
really programming.
Okay, now I see this ain't it for me, man, because I realized teachers told me something. She said, why you gonna come here and not get what you came for, right?
Real talk.
And she was going in, I'm like, man, like that is right. And I just got to doubt myself, like, man, like I'm doing all this shit, but I know I don't really want to be here, like, but why am I here, like? And then she said, school is access to information.
Real talk.
And man, I remember a conversation with my brother. He like, man, when you going to that college campus, Keith, he like, man, ain't none of us ever been in there, bro. Whenever you going, he like, man, don't chase the education. I mean, don't chase the degree, chase the education.
Real talk.
You know,
That's
we be going for these titles and everything, and what you gonna get from it. But what are you? The information that you getting is what you gonna apply. You know, and so a lot of the information that I was getting, man, it wasn't feeding me whatsoever.
Yeah.
But when I was getting in these books in the library, I'm like, wow, like I'm feeling powerful.
That they not teaching.
Like, man, like like this is it. You know, like this is it. And so when I got stopped out, man, and when I got that letter that they wasn't gonna pay for my classes no more, look, I'm like, okay. Like, cool, man. I called my big brother, man. I'm like, bro, come and get me, man. And I threw all my stuff up in my sheet, man. I folded it up, man. I threw it in the back of the car. Man, from there, man, I was figuring it out, man. And I got a day job, man. From there, I didn't know exactly what was going to happen, but I knew something was going to happen.
Damn. So when you start slaving, that's a day job.
Yeah.
Damn, that's all right. Before I get to the day job shit, just let me go back to college, because what I feel is so crazy, man, is why do you think it's a lot of us African Americans that when we get into that motherfucker, we don't know what we want to be, or what do you think it is that you know, because the others, I'm gonna just say that they're taught to go into that motherfucker to know. So guess what? When I go to be a doctor, I know I'm about to spend 8 to 10 in this motherfucker. Exactly. Us, we go, we majoring in one thing. Right. Then shit, second year, a sophomore year or something, we switching. Right. Senior year, I don't want to be that. You didn't spend 3 years working for this degree or this major, now you doing another one. Right. So tell me, why is it like we don't come into the college aspect knowing truly what it is we want to do and be?
You know what? I'm gonna say, man, it may be a little twist in that, because I feel like some of those people who do know what they're doing, because you got a lot of people who go to college. Yeah. They spend the time, they spend their money, they get their degree. Yeah. They get out of college. And they don't use that degree that they got. Yes. You know what I mean? Like, they have an idea set, but I feel like when you really haven't even got a chance to learn yourself and evaluate yourself and your heart and what you really, really, truly passionate about, a lot of things that we want, it tend to be things that we love ideally, or things that we probably thought that will make us a lot of money or could help us survive better up in this capitalist society that we living in. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you know, and I feel like, I know for me, I can speak for myself, not everybody else. I didn't have nobody going to school after me. Didn't even have no high positions like lawyers or doctors or something like that. I know I wanted the money, but I knew I didn't want to trade in my peace, or I didn't want to be behind the desk doing something that that didn't feed me at all.
Feed you, So do you think it's necessary for our people? I'm speaking of our people, because we gotta look out for us. Indeed. How they look out for them.
Indeed.
So do you think it's safe to say that we should have a prerequisites, either between middle school to high school or between high school to college, where we have that to find yourself and to say, do you want to be an entry level worker, or do you want to be something in this world? Man, like, do you think that's necessary?
Hell yeah, man. I don't have a blueprint all the way just yet, you feel me, to what that would look like. But man, just imagine a society, man, to where the kids is getting developed during middle school going to high school years, to where they able to look at the world with a more keen look. And they learning home economic skills. They learning communication skills. They learning how to master their energy. You know what I mean? How to not be so anxious, how to you know, just own their truth in different ways. I feel like if you develop individuals in greater ways than this K through 12 system do, man, man, I feel like we'll have a lot more leaders at earlier ages and people who have more gas to truly give back to our community, man, in greater ways. Because you got people, man, who learning what they need to learn later up in their life. You know what I mean? But imagine if you got a whole bunch of youngsters, man, rallying up like that. But I feel like they don't want that.
Nah, of course they don't want that.
Intelligence and fire.
Well, you know, the whole K through 12 is paid programming. So they come on, man. You know why we don't have any meditation classes? Man. You know, I used to get excited, man. I don't know if your era did this, and they probably did. You remember the elects? You get to pick an elected. Yeah. And the elect is like anything you choose, you get to pick. And that was a purpose-driven class, whether it was cooking, like you said, home ec, drama if I'm into acting, but I get to pick this class. I'm going into this class giving my all, everything.
Promoted free will. Instead of I'm gonna put you right here. This obligated.
Yeah. Like, but they don't teach classes like meditation class. Or remember homeroom used to be 10, 15 minutes. Man. That could have been a meditation class. We won't go into these tests with anxiety because we know how to manage that shit.
Real stuff.
And if we know how to manage it, we'll be able to pass all these tests.
Hey, so they ain't got homeroom no more?
They probably still do, but
but
homeroom is just to fuck around with your homies in between classes. But you know, that could be meditation.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying?
Indeed. And really, really feeding them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of kids already go through a lot at home. Mm-hmm. And if we find ways to implement a second home, not to where, you know, you lounging, but I'm going to get on you. I'm going to create a sharper you, but meet them where they at in a real way, man. Yeah. I feel like we can definitely do some work.
Nah, real talk. Real talk. Speaking of work, man, we're going to get into some real work. Where the real work start, because I feel once you find your purpose, man, that's when the true work starts to come. You feel me? Work that you love and all that. We're gonna get into that once we come back with my rider Afrique, the great GODKing Kendon, y'all. Yes sir.
You trust me? Come here. I want to help you ease your anxiety if you allow me to. I think it's magical how kisses slow down time. I can make your spirit move at the pace of the earth when your lips meet mine. Life is so much better when you slow down. We're so in a rush just to go nowhere when the best place to be is right here, making a positive out of all the negatives.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I'ma tell the world. Yeah. You make me feel like you're the one for me. So I post you up just for the world to see. Yeah. Baby, you got the crown, you hold it down. You love it when I pound, hashtag pound, you my hashtag pound,
loving you to perfection. Damn, you right, you perfected. Silly of me to neglect it. That will make life so hectic. Who am I to question his work of art they abandoned? He GPS'd you right here, you in the right direction. I'm in your midsection. Look deep within my eyes.
So coming out of the second, man, we was just talking about work, man. And you was talking about work and everything. Let's talk about, man, purpose now. Spokentry or Notice Me, man.
Yes, sir.
You know, when you was at CSUN, did you do any pieces or whatnot? Like, did you spoken word or whatever the case may be? If you did, what was your first piece and what was it about and what was that experience like doing it?
Yeah, man. So up until this point, me being doing poetry at Northridge, I've been doing it throughout high school and everything, performing at talent shows, staying after school, even performed at Paramount Pictures for all of LAUSD.
Wow.
Before, man, and actually won, man, for the spoken word, for the spoken word section too, man. Got a first place for that, man.
Wow.
Man, yeah, that was crazy, man, for me.
So you still got the award, man?
Yeah, yes I do. Yes, wow. I do. It's broken up though. You know, I took it back to the 11, so you know.
Okay.
A little bent up, but it's still there though. But well, when I got at Northridge though, there was a couple of events on campus that allowed me to share my gift, man, with the crowd. But one in particular, man, I believe that really gave birth, man, to this new wave to where I'm taking the poetry to. It's where I got to really letting it out of me, man.
I'm listening.
It was a demonstration on campus. It was a lot of things going on up in the community and whatnot. And the campus was doing a demonstration. The black students on campus was we was doing our fight for the Cal State Park, and everybody was getting out there speaking for the rally. And I had this piece, man. I knew that felt good. That felt good for what was going on. Yeah, you know. And I got out there. And MX, man, the person that got me on to college, man.
Man, shout out to MX for money.
She was like, I forgot exactly the words, man, but she was like, you better get out there. She was like, and yeah. But just the energy of where it was coming from, like I knew her, like I knew what she meant. Like man, you better give it your all. You better do every bit of this. Like this is it. Like all the people that gotta hear you, like that's it. And but just when I got out there, for one, I was speaking for a purpose. It was something that was really, really going on that I was fired up about up in the community, and I couldn't fight physically. So I feel like the only way I can really fight was with my energy and my words, and the space that I was in and the time that I was in. So man, when I got out there in the middle of those people, it was like slow motion for me. And man, out of nowhere, man, the words just came, and to where I didn't even know the words no more. It was just speaking at the top of my lungs. Wow. And so as I'm speaking, I finished the poem, I walk off, I'm hearing claps and cheers, and I just felt so good. Like I felt like, man, like I felt like power, like. But I've never felt that before out of all the times I'd ever performed and at little talent shows and stuff like that. Like I've never felt that way, and I never did it that way. And so the next day, man, somebody had captured that moment for me. Man, bless his soul, man, Josh Briggs. He had captured that moment. I didn't even know he was video recording. And he sent it to me, man. He tagged me in it. The moment looked like a great moment in history, and how it was captured. Wow. It I remember looking at it the next morning, sitting in my bed, man, like a tear fell from my eye, like it was like watery eyed. Like to seeing myself, like, man, that's crazy. Like this is like on some Malcolm X type stuff, like I seen on TV, like and it was for real. Like I lost it at that time, but then when I seen it, man, like I was able to see myself and to see the potential of where I can be. And man, for me at that point, man, it was over with, man, with the poetry. For me, I'm like, nah, this is it. Wow. No matter what I write, as long as I deliver it like that, it's going into every soul, man. Yeah, it has to.
Wow, man,
I hope I answered that question, man. I just went on a loop, yeah.
Nah, that's heavy. So so from there, is it like, man, I'm doing this full time now, or what was it like?
This is my tool. I need to own it with the greatest part of me. Which led me to so many ideas of, I want to flood the people. I want to attack with poetry, and I want to deliver it in a way that it hasn't been delivered before. And maybe it has been delivered like this, but I just haven't seen it before. And for me, just audio going on, visuals going on, I'm like, okay, if I put some music behind it and I put some visuals with it, you know, maybe it'll sink into the hearts a little different, you know. So I knew that I just wanted to package it up a little different for different listeners. So there'll be people that I can attack only on stage, and there'll be people that I can only attack across the world just listening through their headphones or on their TV screen. You know, I just wanted to hear from every angle just with my words and poetry, because that's all I love that, man, more than anything I can probably, like, hobby wise in my life, man. Like writing and stuff like that, picking up that pen and just letting it out, like that's something that always stuck with me throughout life, man. So I knew that.
So what we call it a hobby or passion?
Man, passion, you know, because your hobbies sometimes identify your passions.
Yeah, real talk. Now, how did you get into the whole acting? Let's talk about that beast.
Oh man,
let's talk about that beast. Because I'm gonna just say, man, I was gonna say this story for another later moment. When I first out of all the actors I've auditioned in my span of auditioning, man, when you came into the audition, it was an audition I didn't want to go to. Now, mind you, I'm in a relationship at this time. I just got in a heated ass argument before the audition, so I was pissed on my way there and didn't want to do it. You came in. This was your first audition, to my knowledge.
Ever.
Yeah. You did your thing. It was natural. You left out, and I'm like, hey, man, go get him. I sent my partner at the time to go get you so you can stay to do another reading with another person and all that. And that the moment you left out, I already knew I was gonna cast you for this role. I didn't know you was the age you was and nothing like that. So let's talk about how you got into the acting, man.
So look, that's your spiel for it. That's deep.
Hey, the only thing I can say is it was the Most High.
And look, let me get into this part. That whole day was the Most High. Mm-hmm. You know how I got you know how I learned about that audition?
Okay.
So mind you, I knew who the person was. I knew the first time I seen the audition, I seen who posted it, and I seen who was the head of it. I'm like, okay, I know him. Like, you know, that's Peoples right there. Like, he connected to the family and everything.
Yeah.
But it was showed to me by Pop XO.
Wow.
Me and Pop XO was sitting in the bed. He was like, hey, bro, we all going to this audition tomorrow. It wasn't tomorrow. It was like I'm saying, like the next week, but it's coming up though. Like next few days. Like you know, you should go. And I'm like, man, like in my mind, like I ain't never seen. Like I had a video camera record. I mean, I had a video camera as a kid. Mm-hmm. I used to like, man, like it'd be dope to make a movie, like those ideas, but it never was like, okay, I'm gonna do acting or nothing like that. Yeah. But when that audition came, it was like my mind just got to like pew pew, just running, man. And I'm like, damn, like that's dope. So long story short, the day for the audition came. Mm-hmm. It was me, XO, and a couple other people. Man, we were supposed to go to the audition. So mind you, nobody else was able to make the audition. Yeah. For some reason, I forgot what happened that day, but nobody else was able to make it, and nobody was really tripping anyway. Yeah. I felt like I was supposed to go to that audition. I was sitting right there in front of my mama's house. Bro, right on 11, I was right there in front of the house, bro. Yeah. And I didn't have no way to get to the audition at all, bro. The car was down. Wow. All that. I was down on wheels. No, nothing was available to me, man. Just enough, man. I'm like, man, I'm sitting right there pacing back and forth, like, man, I really want to go to this audition. And the time was getting shorter and shorter where I was gonna be late. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay. Long story short, man, I ended up being able to get some wheels. To go. I made it to Santa Monica, and mind you, I'm low key like, damn, I'm late. I'm looking at the hallway. Okay, I'm up in here. I'm good. I was able to make the sign up. Okay, cool. Man, I get up in that room and I'm nervous. I don't know what to expect at all. I get up in that room. I forgot exactly what I read, man, but I just said, I'm just gonna do it, man. I'm just gonna be myself naturally. And when I was asked to do the improv, and it was a lady involved too, man. Like I was nervous, man, but I was like, I got a little more confident because then my brother's words start going through my head, like everything started going through my head. I'm like, man, fuck it. Like, I'm like, man, I ain't got nothing to lose. Like, here it is. Like they can only say yes or no. Like I ain't never did this before. Exactly. Like by miss, like that's it. And man, after I did that, and man, after leaving out that room, man, it was just like man, I felt good. Like I didn't know where it was gonna go. And then on that walk, after going on that walk with you, coming out of the auditions, I waited a little bit to chop it up. You feel me? With a couple of folks I knew that was there. And just going on that walk afterwards, chopping it up with you. I'm like, man, it's cool, man. And I remember even afterwards, like meeting you, I was looking, man. I was like, looking on the book, man. I'm like, okay, man. I'm like, okay. I'm looking at his Facebook. I'm like, man, you seem like a real down to earth dude, but you look real familiar to me, and I never knew. I didn't know who you was, but you look and felt familiar to me. I still didn't know who you was when I got called in for the movie. So did the audition, man. That project didn't even end up working out. And it ended up going on to something different. But my talent was expressed, man, and my poetry. My poetry has also shined the light on my ability, which allowed me to be called, man, for the starring role up in Hands Up, Don't Shoot.
Yes, sir.
My first project ever, man. And that project right there changed my life. It changed my life. Like when I got to Northridge and I said those first 4 months didn't even compare to those 4 years of college. When I got on set for 2 days of filming Hands Up, Don't Shoot, them 2 days, I feel like this is it.
Yeah.
Like, I've never had that feeling before. Like when I say like it feel like when people be like, you would know, you'll get that hunch when you're doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, man, I wouldn't even have told you this at that time.
Yeah.
In my mind, it was just like, damn, this shit feel real good.
Yeah.
And I learned 3 poems, bro, like 4 poems within a couple of days.
Yeah.
I have never done that in I didn't even know I was capable of doing that. And so this is the first time I'm being pushed to a limit that I haven't been identified or exposed to.
Yeah,
and man, I'm breaking them. And yeah, man, and it was good feedback. It was good energy on set. Man, I found my new family, man, stepping on that set, and I found another tool for my purpose. Because that's truthfully, man, what I look at this as, just as much as the poetry, a tool for me to be utilized.
Yeah.
For the Most High to work through me and shine His light through me.
Yeah.
Through these roles that I play, authentic depictions of people who come from the places that I come from.
Yes, sir.
You feel me? Telling stories that ain't been told before. Man, sharing messages that haven't been shared before, man, or whatever, man, just whatever, but just truthfully a vessel.
Yeah.
And at that moment, you know, I knew that the acting could be that too.
Yeah.
And when I seen the finishing work of Hands Up, Don't Shoot,
Man.
I cried, man. I cried. I was just up in my on my second time outside of college, moving on my own. What, 22, 23? And man, I remember being up in an apartment, man, with my lady at the time, and then looking at it on my phone, man.
Yeah.
And just like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, just seeing the finishing project of it, and it was dope to me. It was dope to me. I know I still had a lot of more work to improve on, but that was it. I'm like, oh yeah, I ain't stopping at all. And this moment that we stepping in right now, it's almost year 5. It's about to be year 5.
Sir. Yes, sir.
And I wouldn't have traded this for anything else. I wouldn't have rather done anything else. Somebody told me I could have done something else to get $1 million or this and that. You know what I mean? Like, nah, because I feel like I got my million, man, and I'm still getting it. You know what I mean? Just through the experience and through so much that I've learned.
Yeah.
And been able to share with, man, and love and grow with. Man, yeah.
Man, that's crazy, because I remember, man, the conversation we had after the table read for that project.
Man.
And that particular day, we was able to politic.
Yeah.
I politic with our comrade Tyler. Shout out to Tyler.
Man, my dog.
Anton Gordon. You know what I'm saying? He came, he did his thing at the table read. And then shortly after me and him talked, I was able to politic with you. You had an event, you know what I'm saying, to do that night. Yeah.
Poetry, my poetry event.
Your poetry. And I'm like, oh, you spit poetry? And you was, you know, I'm like, okay, what's the information? You was like, downplaying it like you always do. Like, So I'm like, okay, because I was going to support.
Yeah.
You know, but we talked that day, man. And then once the griot started working on Hands Up, Don't Shoot, man, it was a whole thing. Like I was explaining before, it was Tommy Sketch. Because I didn't know nobody initially, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, so okay, and I did a show with Tommy Sketch. So I'm like, okay, he does it. Cool, whatever. Reached out to him, he signed on for it and all that. I'm not gonna say for some reason, I know the reason, the Most High, he wasn't gonna be able to do it that particular day.
Right on.
But he was like, all right, can we do it another day and all that?
Right on.
Like,
Dope as
man,
fuck, by the way.
Yeah,
right,
he is.
Right,
Tommy Sketch is dope. He's dope. It didn't work out, or it didn't work out. I'm like, let me see if he said he do spoken word. Went on your page, looking, seeing, like, okay, like you know what I'm saying?
Right.
He got it. He got it. Hit you. You hit me back on Facebook when I was on Facebook. Fuck Facebook. You feel me?
Yeah.
You hit me back, like, yeah, I'm down. And then the rest is history, brother.
Trooper. I remember that moment, man. I was sitting down on a beanbag, man. I was trying to figure out. I was doing a little under the table gig, man.
Yeah, I remember.
Man, under the table. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I was trying to put some cash together, man, to figure out how I was gonna get the rent. All that, man, for the next little. Oh man, that's crazy. And then when I got that, I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Like in my heart, I felt like this was life changing. Like this ain't nothing but God.
Yeah.
And
the thing was, I don't know, man, if you remember, I don't know if you noticed, but this was shout out to our brother CT, man. We love you. Chris Thomas, you know what I'm saying, who edited that film, and a lot of our 90% of our films, but this was Chris's. This was CT's first film that he shot. So this was your first, that he shot.
It was me and CT first body.
You know what I'm saying? So it was new, and I didn't know that was CT's until he told me after it was done. Man, how you said you cried when I went to go see the final edit of it? I cried. I'm like, man, like you gotta cut this shit off, CT, man. You good now? Nah, man, shit's touching. I'm like, this gonna do it.
Right.
But I remember, man, just being on set, how much of a sponge you was. How you come and ask me stuff, like you was asking me questions. I'm like, man, this is cool. Like everybody else be acting like they know all the shit about this life, and they don't. I'm like, he's really inquisitive and he wants to know. I felt your spirit, like he wants to know. Yeah. And I'm giving you bars, and I see that you taking it in, and I'm like, damn, this crazy. Now I want to bring up a moment when we was doing that, because I'm gonna show y'all. Just need to know how much the Most High was on this film. You have to be there to experience this. This is what I call Holy Ghost shit, right? So we're doing the cop scene where the officer throws my brother against the gate. Prior to that, my brother he started reciting his rights, and this was very fascinating to me. Somebody his age knew they rights, because I don't know my fucking rights. No matter how much I watch the film, I still don't know my rights. And I'm not gonna say that. Cop gal for me, I'm like, get your fucking hands off me, pig. I'm going crazy, you know. But if he asks me, I'll let you go. If you tell me the First Amendment or the Fifth, I'm not gonna quote. I don't know shit. I'm like, give me my phone. So he gonna have me hog tied all night because I don't know my shit. Yeah. But my brother starts saying, I'm like, man, you need to use that. Like, nah, put it. He's like, yeah. I'm like, man, you know it? He's like, yeah. He recited it back in like 3 seconds. I'm like, yeah, use that. So on that particular day, it was a Tuesday in Long Beach. Now, we was by some kind of church that gives to the homeless, and you know, we the kings and gods of guerrilla shooting. If y'all know about the guerrilla shooting, y'all will understand how it can be a make or break for your scene that day. So this particular day, from the long line of people, they were cool. They were listening. This were homeless people. They seen the scene, and they all got quiet in the line. Because you can't tell them shut up, quiet on set. They not on your set, so you can't tell them that. They get noisy and start doing stuff. So we didn't want to tell them that, but they got quiet. They seen him get thrown on the gate. All attention was on. You talking about 50 people in a line waiting for food. He said his rights. He did the scene, man. After we said cut and the gunshot went, it was a round of applause around the whole area. Not just where they was, around the whole park, everything we was. And it was just that moment, like, damn, this is it. It was breakthrough. Like,
exactly.
You remember that moment?
Exactly how you explained it. Exactly how it felt in my heart.
You remember that moment?
I remember everything getting quiet because it was the poem. It was my rights that led into the piece.
Yeah.
Man, when he threw me down, like I was all the way in it. I was hot for one. My side was fucked up.
Yeah. So you got a knee in your back,
man. But when we talk about that flow state and blacking out, I blacked out at that part.
Wow.
Everything was so quiet for me, and it was silent. And you said the Holy Ghost, like, that vessel really, really opened up at that moment right there. And even when I look back at that take, I know I remember that moment. Exactly what you was playing.
And then a lot of people don't know, man. Afterwards, okay, so when we did that take, I don't know if you remember, it was a middle school there, class full of students, 30 plus students.
Okay, I don't think I caught that.
Okay, you probably did because you was in the scene. They came up to us after that scene and asked us to speak to their class.
Wow.
Yes. So I'm so into I'm like, man, what? Like, okay, yeah, we'll talk to them.
Right.
I run the Jazz and Mac, shout out to them. I'm like, hey, man, y'all go talk to them students. They looking scared, like, huh? I'm like, yeah, just go talk to them about the movie. And they looking like, we don't do. I'm like, take your ass over there and talk, man. So, but I ended up going over there with them while they started talking, and we had to talk to a whole class of people, and they were moved by that particular scene.
Wow.
So you talking about you guys? That's what I mean by breakthrough. We don't know what leaders were born in that moment. Man. How many lives were saved from the homeless people? Man. You talking about breakthrough, and we didn't know we was even in. That was ministry before the ministry got official. Man. You know what I'm saying?
Because God light gonna shine, period.
And it shined. And from that, man, I don't know if you remember night 2. We was getting ready to have a party. Remember I invited you? I was like, hey man, we having a New Year's.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Black Panther vibe. Yeah.
We was on we was on some like prolific Black Panther. We was on some righteousness shit.
Yeah.
Or whatever the case may be. But we end up doing that. But after that second night, when K did his final piece, man, we always just on the way back home after seeing him do that scene, y'all, and was like, yeah, y'all, this is it. It was that moment where if you're watching a movie, you felt like we're gonna make it after this.
Yeah.
Out of all the films we did, this feels like I don't know if it felt like that for you.
Nah,
because remember we took you to your car.
Listen, you know how when you a kid and you remember like in your kid you don't know exactly what happened, but you remember those moments. Like you remember the streets. Like bro, in my mind I see the train tracks. I remember riding down LB. I remember being in the back seat. I remember our conversations. You know, little key parts. You know what I mean, of a conversation and everything. But more importantly, I remember the feeling up in my heart. Definitely, man. And I'm like, wow, like this feels real good. Like I didn't think it'd be like this. Like for whatever I thought acting to be like, man, I didn't think it'd be like this. Like it didn't feel like this.
Yeah.
You know, and it was the entirety of it, man. It was the people, it was the chemistry.
Yes.
Man, you feel me? And, everything, man.
And you talking about the people that were in that scene where they're harassing my brother. You talking about these are Bloods and Crips, y'all. Real gangbangers, active OG gangbangers who are coming together, and they came together like church. Oh, I know you know me, man. Oh. They hugging, they talking, Crips and Bloods, and they all knew each other, and it was beautiful on set. It was beautiful on set, and it was breakthrough, y'all.
Yeah.
You know, and man, from that, what happened after that, man? Like, just talk about that, just as far as the acting, because that was your first film.
Yeah, that was my first film.
Yeah.
And after that, I'm gonna say The Hunger. Just my ideas and views came up. I got sent The Secret from my great motherfucking king brother, man. Thank you for that, by the way. I got sent The Secret, and I got a lot of confirmation. Like, I feel like a lot of us already get instructions, but we don't take heed to those instructions because we still be battling the ego.
Yes, sir.
A lot of the things that were given to me by my higher self was definitely confirmed by you, King Brother.
All praises.
And stepping into this new journey for me, like, I didn't know what the acting was, gonna be, but I know that after Hands Up, Don't Shoot, you was like, oh yeah, you acting now, like you can put that on your resume. I'm like, motherfucker,
got your first body.
Yeah, that's
you
it.
Got your first body.
Yeah, that's it. Like, man, like it's on now. Like after that, and it's just the hunger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then over time, it just came with it. Let me grow with it. Let me learn with it because I want to share with it. You know what I mean? I really want people to, for anybody who is paying attention to my journey, for them to really, really be able to genuinely look at my journey and relate to it.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Like no matter where you coming from, you know what I mean? Like
yes, sir.
I ain't had none of this figure out. No acting school, none of that.
Yeah.
But we watched TV before. We didn't have to fake before. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like so, you know what's up. And but yeah, like after that, man, projects came. Every project that came to me thus far, I truthfully feel that the Most High's hands has been on it. And to this day, people ask me, like, hey man, how you get your projects? Don't get me wrong, it is a hustle behind it.
Yes, sir.
But it's a discernment of which projects to pick up or what to go on with. You know what I mean? Because everything that I have touched, I felt like I was supposed to touch and I was supposed to truthfully be involved with.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sure.
Man, we gonna be right back, man. We got more to talk about. So, yeah, we gonna come back. We gonna get a little deeper into that, man. You gonna know who done told this man he gonna be the next Cuba Gooding Jr. and all that other great shit, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You trust me? Come here. I want to help you ease your anxiety if you allow me to. I think it's magical I kiss the slow down tongue. I can make your spirit move at the pace of the earth when your lips meet mine. Life is so much better when you slow down. We so in a rush just to go nowhere when the best place to be is right here, making a positive out of all the negatives.
close you up just for the world to see. Yeah, baby, you got the crown. You hold it down. You love it when I pound, pound, hashtag, pound, pound. You're my hashtag, pound, pound. Yeah, hashtag, yeah.
Loving you to perfection. Damn, you right, you perfected. Silly of me to neglect it. That will make life so hectic. Who am I to question his work of art they abandoned? He GPS'd you right here, you in the right direction. I'm in your midsection. Look deep within my eyes.
I am more than what you see me as. I am more than what was seen in the past.
I am the past, the present, the future, the slavery mindset we used to.
I am you, we are us.
This country has let us down, so only God we can trust.
I just want to live. My hands up, don't shoot.
Down goes another black man, we protest and loot.
I just want to come home in peace. My hands up, don't shoot.
I just want to walk down my street. My hands up, don't shoot.
I just want to buy something to eat, my hands up, don't shoot.
But in all of this, what more am I to do? All I'm saying is, my hands up, don't shoot.
Yeah, dark hoodie, like a gray hoodie.
Sit around and wait for some segregationist congressmen and senators all to get his hand out.
Yes, we back live and direct with my great GODKing brother, man. Spokentry and Notice Me, man. So I know y'all paying attention. So y'all damn sure notice him, man, and the purpose he carried. So my brother, talk about after Hands Up. You seen it, man. You had that moment. What was it like after that? Like what all happened and transpired after that whole that first project?
Man, whoo. It's like trying to put the ocean in a box, trying to say that, you know what I mean? But for the exterior, I won an award.
Mm-hmm.
I won an award, man. And mind you, I only awards I ever got, man, was for the spoken word.
Yeah.
You know, up to this point with the spoken word and perfect attendance. Those the only ones, man.
Man, was it perfect attendance or moms didn't want your ass in the house, man? Cause you was bad, man. Come on.
Hey, no, moms ain't play that shit when it came to school. You gonna get your ass up. You gonna go to school. So, man, but I won an award, man, and aside from that award, man, like I've gained a new way of life.
Yeah.
More than anything, like when you talk about purpose, like this has fed me so much more because it gave me an outlet to share my purpose.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I feel like a lot of us, we don't have that. We know exactly what we want to do, but we don't know exactly how we want to share it or how we want to get it to the people.
Yeah.
And that opened up so much more for me, man. So I went to Vegas, bonded more.
Yeah.
You feel me, with my family. You feel me? Stepped into the team. You feel me?
Yeah.
Even more, man. Earned my place. You know what I mean? Definitely on the squad. I got called in for another project, for another role.
Mm-hmm.
Started taking it serious. Started doing more studying, as in, you know what I mean, what do the greats do? You know, just finding ways where I can develop my craft, man.
Yeah. So would you say, man, like with the acting thing, was it like one of them things where it was a hidden passion that came later that you didn't know was ever there? Because you know, man, for
I would say that.
For a great man, because I know you mentioned Vegas, man, you know, for a great like Loretta Devine, man, who's been in this game for over 30 years plus, you know what I'm saying? For you to go to Vegas, man, and this be your first time acting, being nominated for anything, for you to get on, you know, shout out to Miss Michelle and the Las Vegas Black Film Festival, for you to get on that actor showdown, first time. Not even being an official actor yet.
I didn't even sign up for the I didn't even pre-sign up for the actor showdown. I didn't even know what the actor showdown until that day of the actor showdown. I think the day before or something like that. Like I didn't know what it was at all. But just that sponge, you know what I mean? Okay, I don't know what it is, but can I do this? Can I do a poem? Can I do this?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, let me do it then. You know what I mean? But basically just saying that I knew that I was willing to give, you feel me? I just didn't know what I had to give.
Yeah.
So when I got up there and did the actor showdown, I I didn't do exactly, you know, what I was supposed to do, which was a monologue.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know no monologues at the time. All I had to pull from was poetry.
Yeah.
And here you got Loretta Devine as a judge. You feel me? As one of the guest judges. And, you know, I was up there and I was nervous, you know what I mean? But more than anything, I was willing to give, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like fuck it, you know what I mean?
No expectations.
No expectations at all.
Yeah.
And Mike, I want to say that, no expectations at all, because that's what I had and still have continuously throughout this acting journey. You know what I mean? Like, as long as it comes from the Most High and I feel that in my heart, ain't no expectations, because you don't know what door's gonna be open, or you don't know what's gonna be worked through you at that moment.
Exactly.
So but yeah, man, I went up there, I did the poems and whatnot, and Loretta Devine, man, everybody that gave me my feedback, it was honest. Don't do this or don't do that. Gave me some cool points, and Loretta Devine, she said some real stuff. She said some stuff that she was like, you talk low. You tell you, like, you know, you kind of like soft spoken, you know. But it reminds me of Cuba Gooding Jr. And she was like, you know, basically letting me know that I had it and keep going. Yeah. And I felt her spirit, you know what I mean, when it was coming from, man. And it was just big motivation for me, for real. For real. Shout out to Loretta for that. I appreciate you, Queen.
Yeah. and for those that don't know, man, Loretta was on, man, great movies like Waiting to Excel, man. She's a dope ass actress, man. She's seasoned on the game. Just to come to something like the Las Vegas Black Film Festival, which is not like a Cannes or not like a, you know, Sundance. You know what I'm saying? This is our Sundance, y'all. This is our Oscars. You feel what I'm saying? For her to come and just be able to give that honest input and compare him to such a great such as Cuba Gooding Jr. We're not on here to talk about whatever the media is attempting to portray on them. Fuck the media. We talking about his accolades, and we don't give Cuba his flowers. You talking about the cat that was Trey on, you know, he was on Boys in the Hood, man. He was on Boat Trip. He was on so many movies. He's an Oscar award winner. You can say whatever bad shit you want, but make sure you put Oscar winner in front of that. Man. You know what I'm saying? He was on Pearl Harbor. Come on now, man. But to be able to be compared to someone as great as that, man, how did that feel? And you know what Boys in the Hood is to us. Man. To be compared to somebody like that, man, how did that feel, man?
The flame's still burning right now, and I'm looking for somewhere else, man, to burn this flame right now, man. Because it fed me, though. Definitely, I will say it fed me. It just gave me some motivation. You know what I mean? Just to know that at least, like, you know, because there is a bit of the ego that is involved when it comes to this, to like, okay, I'm compared to this a little bit. You know, and I just took it, though, as inspiration and motivation. I didn't let it get big-headed or nothing like that. Like, okay, I know I got more work to do, and she already compared me to this. I'm like, you ain't even seen nothing yet. You know, and it just hunger. It just fed the hunger even more, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, before we close out, man, I want to talk about Peace Divided My Mind, man. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about Peace Divided by Mind, man.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's funny because, you know, talking about it, you know what I mean? Because Peace Divided by Mind, just going into that, Peace Divided by Mind. So it was a project, man, that I completed during a fast that I was actually on for 21 days. Within these 21 days, I was supposed to complete a project as well. Forgot the other things that took place, but a whole lot of detaching so that I can connect to the higher source and really let the energy work through me.
Yes, sir.
And I completed this project during that time span. Now, doing this project, I had a couple of pieces that I had, poems that I had worked on, but I didn't know that it was going to be Peace Divided by Mind. I just know that I wanted people to feel something, to feel good.
Yes, sir.
And to get outside of the head, because I know that just learning, as we learn that a lot of our stress, a lot of our depression and stuff, it comes from living in this space, living in our mental space so much, and not allowing ourselves to be balanced in other places of our life, which is our heart, our soul, our social relationships, and other places. And Peace Divided by Mind, the title is exactly that. Our peace is divided by our mind.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that's what led to it, and it's definitely, man, like a flower for the ladies, for the feminine, even for my partners. You feel me? Because I done had a couple of my partners listen to it, like, man, oh, this dope, bro. Like,
yes, sir.
You know, you talk to the ladies, like, you know, we like that type of shit, man. Like, you know, this us, man. And mind you, I'm speaking of this, and it has yet to be shared, you know, publicly. You know what I mean? Just yet. You feel me? But it's already done worked on some souls, man.
Yes,
definitely done already had people telling me they tapping into it after they done had a long day, and it's definitely gave them a sense of peace, feel like it washed over them. Even for myself, I wanted it to feel good to me, and that's exactly what it did. So after I played back the tracks that I recorded, I'm like, yeah, this is it.
Yeah,
I gotta do it. And mind you, I have yet to put out something, anything. I've been creating all my life.
Yeah,
but I have yet to share it, you know, like on paper, like where they can get it even when I'm gone.
Yeah,
and I'm not here no more.
Yeah,
and that's at the point to where I'm at. I feel strong enough within my art to where I can share it, and I don't have to be here anymore to vouch for it.
Yeah, real talk.
It's gonna speak for itself, and it's gonna work for itself, because it wasn't just me that created this. You know what I mean? It wasn't just me at all. It was definitely the Most High up above. And mind you, everything that's on there, I got a couple of tracks off of YouTube from the dude I know, and the rest of them, man, it was figuring it out on myself with the keys, man.
Yes, sir.
And took it to my King brothers, man, to get some touch-ups on it. And man, that's all I needed. That's all I needed.
Yes,
at least
sir.
up until this point, you know what I mean? It's gonna get better, and I'm gonna grow with it. You feel me? But this is where it's at, and it's from the heart.
Yeah. Now, man, this is the to me one of the most important questions, man. You seem well balanced, man, and that's being in this industry. That's a difficult thing to do, because you know, being in this entertainment, whether it's doing spoken word performances, acting and all that, a lot of shit get hard, man. Where you I know you get that battle where you like, man, I don't want to have to go to the plantation, but I may have to. How do you maintain, brother, being, and I say well balanced, because when I look at it in a superhero aspect, which I always use analogies based on sports and superhero shit, because it's just real life, but equating you to like a Superman, you know what I'm saying? Superman is always well balanced. How do you keep that? How do you keep that balance, man?
Let me say, game recognized game, man. King brother, King brother.
All praises.
In all honesty, man, it's definitely a journey. I don't know everything just yet, but what works for me is discipline.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I feel like us coming from the trenches, man, if you can find your peace coming from the places that we done came from,
yes, sir,
you really find it.
Yeah,
you really find it. Like if you able to be cool, you feel me? And in the midst of heated situations, when there's gunfire going on, if you're able to be cool under the pressure of police being involved, and you know your life is on the line, there's a chance I can go to jail right now.
Yep.
If you learn how to find your peace within that, if you learn how to find your peace within everybody yelling around you, everybody energy up inside down, you know what I mean? I feel like once you really learn how to keep your balance inside within,
yes, sir,
you don't lose it. So I will say, King brother, there's been meditation throughout my life. Definitely meditate. I spend a lot of time alone. I do fast. I do don't spend a lot of time on social media. If I do, it's on there to scroll or it's to feed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To see what people got going on every now and then. Because just that intake, it is just allowing me to overuse my brain. And I know that's not what my brain was used for. You know what I mean? Family, man. Having real close ones around me.
Yes, sir.
That's like-minded and like-hearted. And really got my best interests at heart. Has definitely been okay for me, because you know I'm somebody who I don't mind being alone. I like being alone. You know what I mean? But having people around me, man, to balance me out, man, it's everything, to where I'm not lost into my own thoughts. And more than anything, all glory to the Most High.
Yes, sir.
What you are seeing right now is the Most High's light. All the times where I've been at my lows, to where the enemy has attempted to use outside, you know, sources around me and everything too, it's always been the Most High that brought me through. I done had moments, man, to where I thought like, fuck it, man, this ain't it.
Yeah.
And but know better. Like I know better, but that's how my emotions feeling.
Exactly.
And so I just, man, let me get the silence, man. Let me get to God, because I always know. So I just feel like, man, different things throughout my life, man, has gotten me prepared for the rooms that I have yet to walk in and the rooms that I'm in right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, GODKing Kendon, man. If y'all wasn't blessed and edified by this, man, I don't know what crack cocaine y'all smoking. Y'all must be smoking the shit that Jasmine was smoking in the 90s, 91 babies. But nah, man, nevertheless, man, great GODKing Kendon, man. Please share something, man. Bless the people with something, man. Just words of wisdom, all that, man, because you got it. You know, the root word of this discipline is disciple. You are still a disciple, man, so you want to bless them on out of here, man. Give us something.
Man, I'm just going to speak from the heart. For anybody, man, who's watching this, I just ask that in order for you to hone what you really able to hone, be careful of your drifting. Be careful of your drifting. What I mean by drifting, your drifting thoughts, your drifting emotions, the feelings that's not yours, the thoughts that's not yours. Be mindful of the ways that the enemy is using you to keep you back from being able to access your full potential. And once you access your full potential, share it with the world. Ain't no blueprint. Probably the story that you tell or the perspective that you tell it from is much needed. You feel me? For somebody else out there. And we all making a way. You feel me? Bridges, not walls. Yeah.
That's it. That's all. Man, part 2 coming soon, man. GODKing Kendon, your boy J5TH, Patio PolitiCz, man. My rider, let's get it.